Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Back live with the multi-stream view of Ukraine. Still following them, even though I've been home, I've still kept it on. How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome. Hi.
You love to redrawn.
Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow.
Just to say that you put up.
There we go. Jab coming. And I'm finally getting my shoulder sorted.
This one, 88, isn't it?
What's that? Yeah. Yes. I'm an 88 baby. Unfortunately.
1988. February the 7th, 1988. Right, pin.
Same as my bank card.
Password. Password.
Normal. The normal one. With the at symbol.
Another 49. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, security question. What was your childhood nickname? What was the first team you supported? What was the name of your first school? What was the surname of your favourite teacher? What was the name of your first pet? What was the make of your first car? What was your childhood nickname? Rabbit one, it?
Yeah.
Do that one. Security question 2. What was the first team you supported?
Manchester United.
Yep, there you go. $35 weeks. Weekly repayment is 15. Wait,
I've always thought it was.
yeah, 15 each. But we can put more on it if we want to. Which is good. Then it gets it paid off quicker.
Yep.
No, cheap night.
Where?
Fair.
When?
Thursday.
Tomorrow, basically. No, next day.
Thursday, 17th of March until Sunday, 27th of March. Open 6 p.m, 10 p.m. Weekdays.
I
2
don't think
p.m.
my fucking chest can cope with some fucking mad rides again. I don't think my heart could cope with that shit again. I'd love to, fucking hell yeah. I don't know how my fucking chest would take it.
No, it's half the touch wave, isn't it?
Oh, I thought he was on about fucking like a night out for me and you. Get someone to babysit Ava. We ain't actually had a night out together yet for a little while. Exactly, so I think it's about time. It's probably the small one anyway. So
My mouth did so short it turns and everything.
She can earn it if she wants to. Or she can earn a night at the fair. Here's 25 quid, go fucking go. Get on as many riders as you can with 25 quid. Only 2 audio today.
Oh, you stinky ass bastard. Zorro.
My little papas has just dropped a nuke in my fucking front
He
room.
stinks. Look at his waggy tail. Fucking wafting it about. Fuck off.
You let off, papas. You let off. Good papas. Good papa, you whack that town about. You whack that town about. My dog is literally going divvy.
Oh, he fucking stinks.
You see that tail wagging? Look at that tail wagging, laugh off.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
boy.
God, he
You
stinks.
whacked it about. You whacked it about.
She don't look where she's like tipping it either.
Oh.
It's the smiles.
Oh.
What?
40 minutes to go.
Haunted letterbox flowers with delivery and staring out of doors.
Welcome to the France 24 debate. I'm Mark Owen. Tonight we're examining the role played by the Western allies in the European conflict. We're asking, what will NATO do next? There's more destruction in and around Kyiv this Tuesday, so what will NATO do? It's a question many observers are asking. Most importantly, it's the only question people in Ukraine want answered, from the civilians under fire to the president in arms himself, Zelensky. The call's been the same: no-fly zone. This Tuesday, day 20 of the Russian invasion, Volodymyr Zelensky spoke again.
We hear a lot of conversations about the Third World War, that allegedly it could start if NATO will close the Ukrainian sky for Russian missiles and planes, and therefore the humanitarian no-fly zone was not yet established, and that allows
Right.
Russian
You know
army
what
to
she
bombard
goes
peaceful
What?
cities and
From
blow
obviously
up
nursery.
housing
Yeah.
blocks and
You know for a
hospitals
fact I'm gonna
and schools. Of course,
do a
Ukraine is
thing
not
for
an
the
end to that.
staff.
We understand that. We are quite adequate regarding our understanding.
And
We have
obviously a
heard
little
for
something
years
for
about the open
Charlotte.
doors,
She's
but we also
fucking, I'll
heard
tell you
that
what, she's
we
been
can't
brilliant
enter
with
those
Hazel.
No, it's certain stuff.
So
Charlotte,
we have simply to
Sam.
accept it as it is.
Yeah, Sam was brilliant with her.
The no-fly zone, then so far NATO's refused point blank. Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg speaking for the alliance in that refusal to close the sky over Ukraine. And now with the Russian airstrike,
It's like Sam, if she sees it, she goes,
we have political fashion.
Even, you know, you, I can't think of her name. I think it's Sarah. She said the other day.
Making
What way?
absurd claims about biological labs and chemical weapons in Ukraine. This is just another lie. And we are concerned
She
that
it's like I was
Moscow
saying to
stage
Jade as
a
well
false
in
flag
her group.
operation,
She's like,
possibly
she absolutely loves it
including
coming to nursery, doesn't she? I was
chemical
like,
weapons.
she does.
When we see more
As soon as you
military
say we're going to
when we see
nursery
active
to
fighting
her,
going
this is
on
what I
close
said
to
to
local
Jade.
borders,
I was like,
there's
as soon
always
as you
risk of
say
incidents and accidents.
you're going to
And
nursery,
therefore, we
she's
have to make
up,
every effort to
wants to get
prevent
dressed
such
straight
incidents and
away.
accidents, and if they happen,
Yeah, and go.
to make
And
sure
go.
that they don't
She
spiral
don't wanna
into
wait around.
really dangerous situations.
in some stealthy world.
She doesn't want to wait
What
around
then
at
of the
all.
civilians who are being targeted by Vladimir Putin's
Oh, she's
invasion
gonna
of
love it
Ukraine
next week then,
is
because I'm
to
fucking
protect
walking,
them.
isn't
Yes,
I?
arms have been supplied by the US, the UK, via Poland, NATO states once again. This isn't stopping the Russian bombardment. We know NATO leaders are set to meet in Brussels for a joint summit with their EU counterparts on March 24th. That's in 9 days' time, and a lot can happen between now and then. Our panel to discuss NATO's evolving role in the Ukraine crisis, the crisis where civilians have been killed by Vladimir Putin's decision to invade Ukraine. Our panel then, let's introduce them to you. Here in the studio is General Jean-Paul Palomeros, former Air Force Chief Commander of NATO Allied Forces. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Pleasure to meet you. Joining us by Skype from Kyiv, we've got Sergei Vlasenko, member of the Ukraine Parliament. Sergei, thank you for being with us. Also by Skype from Kyiv, in a different part of the city, Peter Zalmayev, Director of the Eurasia Democracy Initiative. Peter, thanks for joining us. And in studio from Washington, thank you, sir. And studio in Washington, we have Belinda Herring, Deputy Director, Senior Fellow of the Foreign Policy Research Institute at the Eurasia Center at the Atlantic Council. Thank you very much, Belinda, for being with us. You're the last to introduce, but I'm starting with you, if that's okay. Melinda, in terms of what we're seeing and hearing, what is your reading of the situation right now? Obviously, we have Vladimir Zelensky saying not enough is being done. The world is actually being silent. On the other hand, we hear from the likes of Jens Stoltenberg that a lot is being done, or that's the limit to what they can do. What is your interpretation of what is happening now?
Zelensky is exactly right. The world is being too timid. NATO is being too timid, and Washington is being too timid. What happened last week looks ridiculous, and Vladimir Putin is laughing. The MiGs, the old Soviet jets in Poland, should have been transferred already. The White House blinked, and it shouldn't have. The White House claimed that it was logistically complicated to move about 30 jets from Poland to Ukraine. That's nonsense. It's easy. It's less than an hour in the air. It is not logistically complicated. The White House also claimed that there was no strategic rationale. There's every strategic rationale. Thousands of civilians, innocent civilians, especially in Mariupol, are being killed. How many people have to die before the White House finds a strategic rationale to do the right thing?
Well, for the moment, thank you very much indeed. Let's bring in our voices in Kiev, starting with the MP there, member of the Ukraine Parliament, Sergei Vlasenko. Sergei, thanks for being with us. Give us a sense of what things are like where you are. I mean, clearly today we've heard there have been airstrikes on Kyiv, a curfew's imposed, at least 4 people killed. Give us a sense of how things are where you are.
Yes, you see, you're absolutely right. You're totally right to describe the situation in Kyiv. So every day and every night we have the missiles just bombing our capital of the country. We have civilian people die. And yes, we have NATO giving no flying zone to Ukraine. Yes, our military are doing very well. They are very strong on earth, but yes, we have some problems in the air. And we need the help from the European community and the world community in the sky. And I'm always saying, when you are establishing a no-fly zone, you are protecting not only Ukraine, you are protecting yourselves. Because if something will happen, for example, with the Chernobyl nuclear plant station or with the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant station, the problem will be not only in Ukraine, the problem will be all over Europe and even all over the world. And London is saying, yes, they're not going to start any military action against Russian Federation. I'm saying, okay, do not start a military action.
I think we should take the fight back to Russia.
Action. Please make a no-fly zone, for example, over
Put fucking troops on the ground in Russia.
Ukraine,
See how they feel like it.
over the humanitarian
Let's start
corridor.
taking Russia.
So that's the sense
Yeah.
of the question. And
Who wants to play Cold War? We'll play Cold War. I'll play Cold War.
By the coalition of the willing of the
That's what I reckon. We should take. We should take fight back to him.
done under the umbrella of the UN mandate. So United Nations
Start claiming some of Russia out of him.
NATO could could implement that decision as an organization, which is implementing the decision of the UN. So the history knows such an example, and that should be done. Because I will end with what I begin. So the civilians are dying every day. Every day, the civilian people are dying every day. Yes, Ukrainian military are very strong on earth, but we need some help in the air.
Sergei, we'll get back to you very shortly. Sergei Versenko, member of the Ukraine Parliament. Our next guest from Kyiv, Peter Zalmayev, director of the Eurasia Democracy Initiative. Peter, thanks for being with us. I know you've got many things to say, and I'll start by asking you just for an opener to give us a sense of where you are, what you're hearing, what you're seeing, and the kind of things you're encountering day to day in Kyiv.
Well, what I'm encountering is obviously an incredible kind of, incredible fighting spirit on the part of Kyivans, on the part of Ukrainians at large. I have traveled actually outside of Kiev for the last 2 weeks. I've traveled the length and breadth of the country, and the sort of the rise in national consciousness that I'm seeing, it has not been witnessed in this country since the 1940s. The kind of war Ukraine is waging now. The only precedent we have once again is World War II. It's a war where there are no more shades of gray. It's black and white. We have nowhere to go but 6 feet underground. This is our land. We're fighting for our land. And so since the NATO was an expansion of NATO policy vis-a-vis Russia is our topic today. I will just proper my thought that from the beginning it was never about NATO. NATO expansion is a red herring that Vladimir Putin has used to
but I'll get fucking takeaway for everyone. No one else wants to be takeaway.
Of subjugation and commerce. There's always a genetical dislike that the Russians have for Ukraine. They consider Ukraine as lesser brothers. They do not believe Ukraine, has the right to exist as an independent state. So we're witnessing a war of annihilation. There have been, the accusation. There's been an accusation of genocide being committed against Ukrainians, bandied about, and I know it's a very strict term. But I've spoken with legal experts, both in Ukraine and outside, and they are saying that what they're seeing right now on the ground, just to back up what Mr. Vlasenko was saying, our MP, what you're seeing in Mariupol, which is only 1 hour away from my hometown of Donetsk, actually comes very close to the definition. And tomorrow we're expecting an intermediary, decision by the International Criminal Court, which has taken up Ukraine's, complaint, and it's reviewing the issue of war crimes being committed against our citizens.
They are nice and defeat. Doing it with your feet. I've done it without No, my mum used to have really long ones, which you fold around in your fingers, and you do it that way.
The sound of Peter there because he broke up at the
Yeah,
end.
but my mum used to instead of using it for hands, my mum used to use it for her toes. She used to give real bad cramps in her
Just to
feet.
recap at the end for us,
And it was a good way to relieve your tension in your feet.
Peter, they're referring to the International Court.
Using a fucking stress cushion.
Launched already from The Hague in order to look at the possibility of war crimes being committed. And of course, parallel to that, there's an investigation launched by Germany into similar situations. So obviously, Vladimir Putin's role and the role of the troops on the ground will be examined. Let's bring in our guest here in the studio, General Jean-Paul Paloméros, former Air Force Chief Commander of NATO Allied Forces. General Paloméros, you're not here to defend NATO because obviously you're not there anymore. But if we can get an idea from yourself as to what the thinking is, why NATO perhaps isn't giving the likes of Peter and Sergei what they're asking for.
Well, that's a terrible question, issue, and as a military, as a commander, I fully understand all what you said before, because I feel really terribly sorry for all these people who are suffering in Ukraine. And I know as well that the air superiority is a key asset in such circumstances. This is why it's so important as well that we deliver as much and as soon as possible air defense weapons, which are very effective, by the way, and the Ukrainians are using that First and foremost, NATO has done, was there in 2014, we have done a lot of work with Ukraine and to train them and to integrate them in a partnership to make sure that they are able to improve their military capacity, and it worked very well. They are very good in doing that, and they are able to use as well all the weapons that we believe for their best effect. Now speaking, going to the question, it is sure that NATO is defensive by sense, we know, and the Ukrainians unfortunately are on the wrong side of the border of NATO. Now, to speak frankly, nothing precludes any NATO member to decide by itself if he wants to intervene. But there is a price to pay. The price to pay is the high risk of escalation.
See, look, told you it was a balloon.
So far, and I fully understand that, unfortunately, there is no choice.
Huh?
NATO cannot take the risk.
No, I'm not.
And any ally so far didn't take the risk of escalating this conflict. And this is, as I said, a terrible situation that we have in our hands. It would need, as that was said as well, for NATO to intervene a UN Security Council resolution. And we know that it won't happen with Russia and China on board. Russia is a belligerent. So unfortunately, I think there is no way out of that. And the pressure will keep on rising, for sure. What the NATO leaders will do, this is for them to say, but this is the situation as it is today. It can be revised, obviously, but I don't see NATO moving like that because they don't want to take the responsibility of the escalations.
You mentioned military aid, General, going into Ukraine via Poland, via certain NATO states, US, not the UK, that's named but two. When you hear the Russians saying that these aid convoys, these military supply convoys, could well be the subject of military strikes by them, and then you hear Jens Stoltenberg saying basically there's nothing we can do. How does that make you feel?
Well, as I told you, as a soldier, as a commander, I've been involved in many operations in Bosnia and many other places. We feel terribly, not sorry, but discouraged by that because we would like to do something. I mean, I would like to help these people. I would like to fly for them. But we are part of an alliance. There are rules. Unfortunately, Ukraine doesn't belong to, and the United Security Council is blocked. What to say?
General, thank you for the moment. Thank you very much, to General Jean-Paul Barnos, formerly high-ranking general in the NATO forces. Let's bring in Melinda, who I noticed nodding during a number of things that the general had to say. Melinda, can I ask you about sort of listening to the words of Jens Stoltenberg, for instance, speaking earlier today? It must, given what you've said to us already, you must feel very discouraged by what the Secretary General of NATO had to say.
Yeah, Mark, I'm not very encouraged at all, but I hear the general and I hear his sympathy and I share it. But I think that the world and the West have to do a lot better. I think we owe it to the Ukrainian people. I think it's insufficient just to put more troops, more NATO troops in Eastern